Hey, what is going on, Cancers? Butch Tarot here. I'm going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Cancers? Alright, Cancers. So the first thing I see, Cancers, I feel like there's someone new coming in, but that's underselling it a bit. It's underselling it. There's this new energy coming in, but I feel like it's what you've been waiting for. But I feel like it's not what... It's what you were waiting for, but almost like it still catches you off guard. You know, I feel like with this person, from the very beginning, you knew. You know, everything in you is telling you this is the one. This is the person you were meant to meet. You know, and I feel like with this person, from the very moment you meet them, everything changed. You know, everything changed. You got the Nine of Swords in reverse, so I feel like this fearlessness with this person. It's like, you know, sometimes we meet people and we kind of have our walls up, or we kind of, you know, maybe hesitant. But with this person, there's this fearlessness, like everything, like you were meant to be here. You know, and I feel like this is kind of a random encounter. But the more we start to realize, and the more we start to see this person for who they really are, is it really random at all? Or was it, well, you know, I feel like you were meant to meet them. You know, and like I said, I feel like you've been waiting for this person, even though you really didn't. Sometimes we're waiting, but we don't really know exactly what we're waiting for or what we can expect while waiting. I mean, with this person, like I said, with the High Priestess, you know, your intuition tells you the moment you meet them that this is different. It just hits different. I mean, it's a very honest moment, and I feel like falling very quickly, taking that leap of faith with that Fool is the beginning of a journey. You know, the Fool is the beginning of the tarot. And with that Queen of Swords, it's like, it's a very honest energy. I like that. You know, and what I mean by honest energy is, you know, when you meet someone and you just know they're different. You don't even know them yet, but you know they're different. You know there's something different about them. And I mean, I feel like you know, with the Knight of Pentacles, it's that slow and steady energy of establishing trust. But I feel like it starts from the moment you meet this person, and there's no fear in that. You know, it's not just how this person looks at you. It's not just how they make you feel. It's just how they are. I mean, I feel like you're on the same page, and I feel like this is the first step of many big steps to moving forward. And like I said, I see a lot of big changes the moment you meet this person, and it happens very quickly, very quick moving energy with that Knight of Swords. You know, just feeling like you're on the same page, feeling like everything kind of aligned for the both of you to meet. I mean, it's obvious. It's not. The connection is undeniable from the very beginning. Like I said, it's a very honest energy. It's very exposed. It's kind of like that energy that the way I kind of pictured it is, when you meet someone, you know, um, you meet someone just randomly, and you have that very honest moment because you don't know them, you may never see them again, type energy, um, and there's just this very genuine energy of where you can just be yourself. There's no expectations, there's no judgment, it's just openness. And I feel like that's where this really starts. It's just letting go of everything else and just being in that moment with that devil card. Is just being in that moment, being present. And what I mean, I hate to keep talking like this, but like, say if you're set up on a blind date, you're expecting to be on a date. And some people put their best foot forward, some people dress up nice. This is just a very genuine moment where two people meet. It wasn't expected, it wasn't planned, it was just real. And we got right to it. And I feel like this is why it's moving so quickly, because we got right to it. And like I said, I mean, this person, it's the honesty. It's the emotional connection that you have with this person. They just really listen. Some people ask you questions, but they don't care about the answer. They're not even really listening to the answer. They're just opening it so you can ask them the question back. Like, hey, what do you do? They don't care what you do. They want you to ask them what they do. It's a very weird trait, trait that happens, that some people have, of opening questions. And sometimes, we get in that situation where we know they're not listening. But with this person, it's the opposite of that. We feel that they're listening and they get it and they understand. And what they don't understand, at least, they're present. They make us feel wanted. I mean, this person's going to make you feel wanted with that Queen of Wands as well. Filling up your cups, making you feel special, making you feel heard and seen, and truly heard and seen. And I really want to emphasize that, because I feel like this is really the part of this that really sets this whole connection apart from any other. And I really love this part. I mean, this is not something you see every day. And with this deck, I love that. I love how when you put the Emperor and Empress together, you can see that picture in the back of that skull, the two forming a bigger picture. Kind of really what it emphasizes, but it's that nurture and the protector, the yin and the yang coming together, two pieces of a whole coming together. Almost like two lost pieces finding their way back to each other. It's the masculine and the feminine. Like I said, the nurture and the protector. I mean, this is all just really coming together and finding balance in this. This is someone. I mean, this is someone that they have their shit together, and they know when to put in the work. They know that connections sometimes take work. They know that things take work. They're not afraid to get their hands dirty. Is, I guess, what I'm really trying to get to here. With that Eight of Pentacles showing up, putting in the work, the King of Pentacles, they have their shit together. They have their head on right. Emotionally mature. And that's kind of where it really, when we meet someone that's ready for it, and that's what this is. This is someone that's ready for it. They're ready for this. Sometimes we'll meet people and they're just not ready. They're emotionally not ready for it. It doesn't mean they can't get ready. But sometimes we just meet that person that's just ready. They're at the right time. Like I said, I don't feel like this meeting was random at all. I feel like it was very much fated. You're meant to meet this person. And I mean, we're moving forward here, Cancer. I mean, this is new love, and I feel like there's a commitment. I feel this leads to a very strong commitment, a committed relationship. A very strong connection between the two of you. That it's, you found each other. Like I said, I mean, there's so many good things that I like about it. I like the freedom. I like the fearlessness. I like the honesty. Just right to the core. No hidden agendas, no bullshit, no games. Just right to the core. And like I said, we keep adding on to that. I mean, this is something, just from the beginning, it was an incredible connection, but it just keeps getting better. I mean, you have someone that hears you, they see you. And there's a difference. Some people, they listen, but they don't hear. They look, but they don't see. They may look at you, but they don't see you. There's lots of people out there like that. There's lots of people out there that are listening, but they're not hearing. But with this is different. I mean, this is an incredible connection, and it just gets better as we go here. Like I said, big changes coming, and this is the beginning of it all. And with that Fool card, I don't like to say love at first sight, because I kind of believe myself there's no really such thing as love at first sight, but there is love at first energy. I like to call it. It's almost like you feel their energy, and their energy is what you fall for. Love at first sight seems very superficial to me. Maybe I'm just a weirdo. But I feel like when you meet this person, you just knew it. You knew it from the moment you met them. And you weren't wrong. I mean, we got a lot of energy going on here. I mean, we have Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. We have Aries. I mean, we have some Aquarius as well. Some Pisces. We already said Pisces. We got Capricorn. We got Taurus. It's almost like you're waiting for something that you didn't even know what you're waiting for. I feel like sometimes we're waiting. Or it's almost like we know we're waiting for something, but we're not really sure what it is until we see it, until we feel it. And then we know, this is what I was waiting for. This is that moment. And it happens in different aspects of your life. It's not just romantically. I mean, some people are 30, 40, 50 years old before they find the job that, that career that makes them happy, or that house. You find that perfect house, and you move in, and you're just like, this is home. This is what I've been waiting for. And there's moments like that in life when may not be exactly sure what we wanted, but once we have it in front of us, we know. And like I said, it's so many people kind of sleep on the energetic connection that you have to something, whether it be a person or a place or a thing. Um, very much so, like, you can, your whole life, you're just waiting for something. You're not really sure what it is, and then all of a sudden, there's this moment of just pure clarity where you just know this is what it was. It was, sometimes we don't know what that missing piece is until we find it. And when that missing piece fits right in, and it just completes it all. Like I said, it's not just a romantic thing. In this case, it is. But I mean, it's the same as, like, some people move around a lot because they haven't found that place. Some people find it really early on, and awesome for those people, that find that place. Even, I mean, me being young, I'm originally from Prince Edward Island in Canada, and even, moving away, and every time I went back, I just felt that feeling of being home, and it's funny, I remember being out west in the middle of northern Alberta, nowhere near the ocean. Like, I grew up, 100 meters from the ocean. I remember at night in the summer having my window open, I could hear the waves crashing against the cliffs. And, it was always something that I just loved about that. Put me to sleep. And even now, to be honest, I listen to this thing, it's Tracks of Nature. Tropical Storm by Tracks of Nature. I listen to it and it puts me to sleep. But it's very familiar, that sound. And I remember when I was out west, there was times when I just get this smell. It smell like salt water, but it wasn't a real smell. It was just a smell that reminded me of my home. And it obviously wasn't out west because there's no oceans in northern Alberta anywhere close to that. So, I feel like it's always speaking, and I feel like it's like that in life. I feel like sometimes our subconscious tells us things, whether it be you're walking down the street and instead of going left today, you're going to go right. And then you meet that person or you find something on that journey. I feel like there's little hints that are out there, and it's just a matter of whether you're listening. I don't know. I think I got a little far off topic, but I feel like we're all heading in the right direction. Sometimes we get hung up and stopped on our journey, but the journey will always be there. It'll always be ready when you're ready to get back on track. And I feel like we always end up where we're meant to end up. And I said that, like, a friend of mine, I was talking to him about it, and he was saying, well, I was with this girl, and he goes, I knew a year in that it wasn't the relationship for me, but I stayed in it for another 8 years. And I'm like, sometimes we get stuck in a karmic relationship, and we just have to, trust our intuition. Like, he knew a year in that wasn't the relationship for him, and he stayed another 7 years. So essentially, he put his journey on hold for 7 years. Like I said, I think we're always heading toward the right person, but it's what we do on the way. It's like taking a trip. You go for a trip. Me and you start at the same place going on a trip. We're going from point A to point B. And we're both in different cars, and we're like, okay, we're going to meet at point B. Now, you may stop for gas more often, or you may stop for snacks, or you may go to the bathroom a lot. You may stop and at an amusement park and spend the day there. You may get a hotel room, and that's the journey. Point B is always there, and we always start at point A. But it's how we get there and how long it takes us that can differ. That's just my thought of the day. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.